Hi, my name's Esmeralda Olivar. I am Mexican American, and this will be my presentation on Hidalgo's 3 levels of culture. For the most visible level of my culture, I listed some information about my culture's clothing, music, food, games, and celebrations. Whenever I think of Mexican clothes, I think of the colorful traditional embroidered blouses many of the women wear. I also think of the colorful baile folclórico dresses that are used in Mexican traditional dances, and I as well think of the cowboy hats and sombreros many men typically wear. When my family and I celebrate any Mexican holiday, we usually wear something colorful, and I love the joyful vibes it brings. Moving on to music. Music is something that has largely shaped my life, and I strongly believe part of it is because it's a big part of my culture. At every party I go to, there's for sure music playing and the involvement of some sort of dancing or singing. And a personal story of mine is that one of the first things my dad did for me when I was born was play soothing music and dance with me, which I think is super sweet, and that has largely also impacted my love for singing and dancing when I grew older. I also wanted to mention one of the most popular traditional Mexican genres is called mariachi, which typically has a guitar, violin, and trumpet involved. As for food, every one of my tias knows how to cook, and I feel like that has a lot to do with providing for yourself as being a big value in the Mexican culture. My mom is a stay-at-home mom, and I'm blessed to have her cook every one of my meals. Some of my favorite traditional foods she makes are chile rellenos and enchiladas, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I recommend looking it up because they're bomb. Loteria is a popular Mexican game that I play every time I visit my grandparents' house, and it's basically bingo, but the winner gets money, and we use uncooked beans as placeholders. I honestly only like playing because I love seeing how excited my grandpa gets when he wins, and he gets really serious about it, so it's hilarious to watch. The main Mexican holidays my family and I celebrate are Cinco de Mayo, Mexican Independence Day, and Dia de Muertos. Even though Christmas and Easter aren't Mexican holidays, they're very important holidays in my family because it has to do with my religion, and as you'll see later in the other slides, you'll notice that religion is a huge part of my life. Next, I'm going to be talking about the behaviors that reflect my culture's values. In my house, English and Spanish are the languages that are used, and Spanish was my first language, but once I got into school, I saw that everyone else was speaking English, so I was like, why do I need to speak Spanish? So I honestly have forgotten a lot of my Spanish, but I can definitely understand it more than speak it. For gender roles, an apparent one I've noticed is that the man is the head of the house and is supposed to be the main provider of the family. This is perfectly shown through my own family, actually, because my mom stays at home with my sister and I, and my dad is the one who works. And my mom could work if she wanted to, but our family has truly benefited from having someone home that can, for example, easily take my sister to school or pick her up from extracurricular activities. As I mentioned previously, my family's very religious, therefore praying before every meal is normal, and having every meal together is what we do to bond. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but family is very important in the Mexican culture, and by having a meal together, it's kind of our time to just chat and um, tell each other about our day. Learning how to clean the house at a young age. I don't know if this is just my family, but learning how to clean the house at a young age is what many of my cousins were taught. In fact, my sister and I could wash the dishes on our own at the age of 5 and knew how to sweep. Um, I'm honestly grateful for being taught to do chores at such a young age because my sister and I are very organized and hardworking human beings because of it. And lastly, what I have on this slide is saying hi to every single person when you arrive at a family gathering as respect. My family and extended family kiss every person's cheek when we first say hello to each other, and I think many other Hispanic cultures do as well, and other non-Hispanic cultures do this. Now that I'm on this slide, I'm going to be talking about the values and beliefs that my culture has. Starting with religion, I am Catholic, and so are the majority of my other extended family members. Catholic to me means God is the center of the family, And my parents and other family members have always told me when you have God as the center of your life, everything else falls into place. That being said, family is also very high on the spectrum of priority in my culture, and in my family specifically, being on good terms with all family members is ideal, as well as raising your children in the Catholic faith. Since weekdays are for work and my fam can't get much bonding in during the busyness, we save weekends to spend time with each other, which also sort of connects with Sunday as rest day. This means my family and I usually dedicate this day to try to do something fun together and hold off on any work to do because it's God's rest day. And yeah, that's it. We've come to the end of my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed learning about my culture.